Before I put this 148 back together, I've got to swap out the meter. This meter here is stuck and I don't like the backlight. I was going to change that to incandescent on the new meter, but I think I'm going to go with white LED. Clean up the face a little bit, and I'm going to stay with the red digits there. So let's get started. All right, so before we get started, I wanted to show you here, I have two meters. This one is new, but it's been in the parts bin for a long time, so it's looking a little aged. This one is brand spanking new. I think I got this at 6/8, and it's a nice meter. First thing we're going to notice, though, there's a couple differences between the OEM and what I believe to be the OEM meter. First off is they're the same shape with the humpback, but the terminals on these for the meter moving itself are on the top, and the OEM meter is all the way down there on the bottom. So we're going to have to maybe reroute those wires so they can come up, we can get a little bit more length on those. Then the next thing is the difference. Now I wanted to use the brand new one. However, if you look on the bottom scale, the S unit scale, you'll see where the red begins. And if you can see on the OEM scale, those don't match up. So the other meter, my old stock meter, that is the correct meter in this particular application. So keep that in mind when you order meters on the internet, like the Workman meters and I don't know, whatever else is going around right now, because you got to watch that bottom segment. Look, make sure it matches yours. Is that just a little chunk of red from the beginning of 9S units to plus 30 dB? Is it the short one, or do you have the long one like that, see? All right, let's get started. The 148 is all buttoned up and purring like a kitten. The radio was highly modified when I got a hold of it. The audio section in it was just crazy. If I was going to run, say, like my +2, and I don't really run this because it's a power mic. I run it low. I run it about 9 o'clock or so, 9:30 on the gain, and I kind of close talk it. In order to do that, Dynamite could not be much past that. And if I was going to run a stock mic, it would get really hot, like right in there. And it was just banging this radio around. This thing was doing like 20 something watts. And for an old school 148 like this with 1969 in it, I'm not liking that. It was doing about 7-8 watts, if I remember right, on AM. Very little swing. It was just not right. So what I did is I took it down to 3 watts AM. I got the single sideband back in line, and basically I had to replace a missing resistor, 131 I believe it was. There was a leg cut off on the board, enabling a TR 24 I believe. Should have wrote this down. I'm not versed in 148s, so bear with me. So got all that straightened away. I got 8 to 10 watts average on single sideband with exactly 12 watt peaks. It sounds better now. Now I can run the Dynamic up all the way with the power mic at about 9 o'clock. And I get up on it to about like right there. That's about 7-8 inches or so. 8 inches. And it does pretty good. I like the LED backlight. I know at first I was thinking of going all retro with the incandescent, but seeing as this one was already super glued in there, I just didn't want to yard it out. And I like it. It's good. So face is all nice and fresh on this. It looks pretty darn good considering it was in a truck. But this is one of our old truck driver buddies' radios, and he took care of his stuff. I just can't believe he let them mod this radio this way. It's just crazy. And it has a counter. This is not a VFO. This is a counter. So there you go. Clarifier's unlocked. Crazy unlock job. And I'm going to have to learn a little bit more about 148s to get this thing back in line. I would be happy with maybe a half KC up and maybe 3/4 of a KC down or something. That's usually about how these radios went, if I remember right. So we'll get it. Gonna do some more videos on it as I learn more about 148s. Thanks for watching, you guys.